Whether or not to eat breakfast is a very complicated question. Now, if you skip it and you wait too long, you may be so hungry that you'll shovel in anything in sight when food does come around. On the other hand, if you've overeaten at night, and we all do that sometimes, and then you automatically get up and eat a bowl of cereal first thing in the morning, you may be getting unnecessary calories. So what do? You be mindful. You consider all these factors and then you make a decision. Most people actually do better with their weight management if they have a pattern or a rhythm that they follow that's kind of similar from day to day. My pattern, for example, is that I don't eat first thing in the morning. I have my coffee with a little soy milk and maybe I have a bite to eat. Then I exercise and then I have meal number 2 mid-morning, which helps to take the edge off of my hunger at lunchtime. Now, if your eating is chaotic and out of control and you're eating most of your calories at night, you can't necessarily listen to those body cues of hunger and fullness because you're probably not going to be hungry until much later in the day, and then that promotes that cycle of night eating. In that case, you probably do need a schedule rather than eating by your bodily cues. So start with a light breakfast and come up with a structure until you can do the work to get to the point where you're eating in a rhythm throughout the day that really works for you. Now, if you have diabetes, you want to start the night before and make sure that you don't eat about 3 or 4 hours before you go to bed. And then in the morning, you probably do want to eat within an hour or 2 of waking to kind of get those insulin levels regulated. That's kind of a version of intermittent fasting, maybe 12 to 15 hours. And that works for a lot of people. It can work for most of us with or without diabetes. Now, I have 3 quick breakfast ideas. All these things you can keep in your office. Kefir or yogurt can turn into a shake with a little bit of ground flax seeds and a protein supplement. You can just whip it in a paper cup with a fork, add a little water, and the flax gives you a great source of lignans, a special kind of fiber that helps to regulate estrogen hormones and has a plant-based source of omega-3 fatty acids. Keep these sprouted English muffins with a jar of almond butter. I like this oatmeal. I like this one that's classic that does not have sugar added. I like to make it with soy milk or regular milk to add a little extra protein. Here's another one with no sugar added. If you do have to have sugar in your oatmeal, make sure it has less than 7 grams. That's about 1.5 teaspoons. And then bring in a banana. Slice it on your English muffin or put it in your shake, put it in your oatmeal. That is smart eating.